Yo, what's going on, yo? I'm JB Hoops, and today I'm breaking down the game of one of the top prospects in the 2023 NBA draft, that being Scoot Henderson, the 6'2 guard out of the G League Ignite. Henderson largely came off the bench last season, but he did end up getting about 28 minutes a game. Now first off, let's just get into his measurements and stats. He was listed at 6'2", but he looks to have grown recently. He has a 6'9" wingspan and will be just over 19 years old on draft night. Adding up the whole season, the G League Showcase and the G League Ignite Tour, Scoot Henderson played 21 games and in those averaged 14.3 points, 4.8 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.6 steals and 2.1 turnovers, shooting a very solid 44.9% from the field, a quite poor 21.6% from 3 and a very solid 77.8% from the stripe. So first up, I want to talk about one of his best attributes to his game, which is his finishing ability. Scoot Henderson has elite speed and bounce. He has MVP Derrick Rose type athleticism, maybe Westbrook. His ability to change gears, accelerate and decelerate to get to the cup is just mind-blowing. He has a super quick first step and can get to the cup in the blink of an eye, and I think he's just almost impossible to contain. Scoot is a terror in transition, beating everyone down the court, whether he's bringing it up himself or filling the lane. He can attack switches with his superior athleticism and shiftiness, and he's also great at using the threat of his pull-up to force bigs to step up so he can get easily by them. Scoot Henderson also has excellent body control and footwork when getting inside. He has excellent hang time so he can avoid and finish around bodies, but he can also take contact, free his arms, and finish through it. This is all combined with his very solid touch around the basket on either hand, and I think that makes him one of the most intriguing finishing prospects of the last decade. Another key part of Scoot Henderson's offensive game is his pull-up scoring ability. Scoot is a dead-eye scorer in the mid-range. He's great at using screens, getting his defender on his hip, and quickly pulling up into his jumper if the big doesn't step up. Henderson's ability to change gears quickly enables him to manipulate defenders and create separation off the bounce. Scoot has excellent footwork and balance to stop on a dime and quickly rise up into his pull-up. He also gets excellent elevation on his pull-up in the mid-range, and with that combination of footwork, speed, balance, and touch, I think Scoot Henderson has the potential to be an elite scorer in the mid-range, which will be a perfect counter against teams trying to keep him out of the paint. Next up, I want to talk a bit about his playmaking ability. Scoot Henderson is an elite advantage creator. He's excellent at manipulating defenses and using screens, but he can also beat his defender on his own to force help, which in turn opens up driving and passing lanes and forces the defense to make rotations. Throughout the 21-22 G League Ignite season, there were tons of flashes of Scoot's excellent playmaking ability. He has great vision and can throw passes with great timing and accuracy, and I think his speed and ability to get downhill will lead to a lot of easy kickouts and dump-off passes. And I think because he's such a threat to get to the rim and pull up in the mid-range, it's only going to continue to open up so much more for him as a passer. While Scoot Henderson is an amazing offensive prospect, he is also an excellent defensive prospect. He's super strong and built at such a young age. He has great lateral quickness combined with a 6'9" wingspan, as well as good hands and really solid anticipation and feel for defensive positioning. On the ball, Scoot can lock you up. He's strong, gets down low, and moves extremely well laterally, and he also has insanely long arms which helps him to contain his matchup. Scoot's also very solid as an off-ball defender. He's effective at digging in on strong side drives, using his lateral quickness and great hands to rack up steals, or at least force a ball handler to pick up the ball whilst he is still able to recover to his man if the driver does pass. Scoot's also great in passing lanes and just has a great sense of where to be when he's playing off-ball defense. There were also a few flashes of rim protection, which is crazy from a 6'2 or 6'3 guard. Because he's so strong and athletic, Scoot can beat his man to the spot and get vertical quickly. His length makes him extremely difficult to finish over, and he also has great timing when going for blocks. And I think while Scoot is an amazing offensive prospect, his defense is one part of his game which is definitely underrated. Now onto the final part of Scoot Henderson's game. In this video, I want to talk about his shooting. Scoot Henderson's three-point shot is by far his biggest knock. He didn't shoot the ball very well over the course of the G League season. Over his first 7 games, Scoot knocked down just 2 of his 16 three-point attempts. However, throughout the season, his shooting did improve, and over his last 7 games, he shot 26.3% from 3. Whilst that still is nowhere near where it needs to be, it is at least promising for the future. His mechanics are nice, he's really effective in the mid-range, and I think with another season under his belt, his 3-point percentage will drastically improve and not be as much of a weak point as it currently is. To wrap it up, I think Scoot Henderson is definitely in contention to be the number 1 pick in 2023. Victor Wembanyama is a crazy talent, but I legitimately think Scoot has MVP potential. I think he has the potential to be a force on both ends of the floor, and I think he's definitely a lock to be a top 3 pick in the upcoming draft. Alright, that's all I got for this one. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe, get me to 1,000. And that's all I got. JB Hoops out.